23 years ago, a small boy set sail from this port, fleeing civil war. His mother took him across the water to Yemen and then to the United States. That boy was Barkhad, Oscar nominated for his role as a Somali pirate in Captain Phillips.
Hey! Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Right here, right?
You're on the red carpet.
Right here.
How does it feel?
It feels great.
Now, he's returning to his native land for the very first time. Welcome to Somalia. Welcome to Inside Africa. Barkhad boards the plane for the final leg of his journey home. It's a long way from Hollywood to Somalia. He's traveling as an ambassador for ADESO, an aid organization working in the country. It's a nation struggling to recover from decades of civil war, famine, and continuing armed conflict. We land on the temporary airstrip in Boosaaso, the largest town in Puntland, a semi-autonomous region in northeast Somalia. It's Barkhad's first step on Somali sand in more than 20 years. Along the roads of sand and stone and into town.
Welcome to Somalia. Welcome to Somalia. Really good to be here.
It's the dry season. Dust everywhere. After a rest and shower, some fast thoughts.
Feels great. It feels really great to be here. I'm beyond excited.
Why did you come?
Well, Somalia is my home country, and I wanted to be part of the change, and I wanted to highlight some of the positive sides of Somalia, you know, that the media doesn't see, and I wanted to see for myself.
When you arrived, how did it feel? Is there any difference from when you left?
Oh, of course. I was a kid for once. I have a vision in my head of a peaceful Somalia, you know, a country where it's in order and prosperity, and where there's hospitals, schools, you know. So I had that vision, and you know, I know it's not there yet, but I wanted to be part of that change, and I was just hoping in different ways where I can contribute whatever I can to help build this country back.
Boosaaso is the main port of Puntland. This is the last place the young Barkhad saw before setting sail for Yemen. Years later, he'd find fame playing a young Somali setting out from this coast for quite another purpose: piracy.
This is Maersk, Alabama.
We are an unarmed freighter.
We have a potential piracy situation.
Where is the crew? I don't know. You think we're playing? You think we're playing?
Captain Phillips was based on the real-life hijacking of an American-registered ship in 2009.
Gotta get him off the ship! Not like this!
Since then, multinational patrols have helped cut piracy dramatically. Barkhad wants to meet some of the fishermen here because it's heard that some men are struggling to make a living. The reason, they say, dwindling catches. Although Barkhad left as a young boy, his Somali is still fluent.
The foreigners are fishing very much, and they fish very heavily, as we can't because they come with these big ships and a big machine that takes all of the fish at once.
In fact, Many experts believe the Somali piracy of the early 21st century, as portrayed in Captain Phillips, grew from illegal fishing. The civil war that broke out here cut Coast Guard protection at the time. So foreign fishing boats came in and Somali men got together to protect their fishing grounds. Soon, militias and gangs saw how much money could be made from ransoms. They then started to commission men to attack larger targets, such as the Mask, Alabama of Captain Phillips. Fortunately, those days have passed. A corporal in Puntland's maritime police force shows us their speedboats moored next to the dhows from India. He says he's now concerned about foreign fishing.
Yes, everyone is complaining about it. They see it's a problem, and they view that as a rights being taken.
And there's no doubt that Somali waters are still relatively rich in fish, as this video shot from a foreign boat shows. But not everyone is benefiting. We drive 2 hours west along the coast from Boosaaso. This is what remains of a fish smoking hall, a mosque, fishermen's houses. The old village of Duduri started to decline years ago, but until recently, men still used to fish from here. Hardly any do now. Barkhad's arranged to meet Omar, one of those who gave up. He says there's no piracy these days, but...
So what do you do now?
I do nothing. The people who used to work on the sea have mostly left this kind of work. Some are just hanging around.
Back in Boosaaso, they're still landing large fish. The people here hope the Somali waters will continue to give them a good, legitimate living for many years to come. Next on Inside Africa, we head inland to find the nomadic tradition and modern farming of Puntland.